Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
So, we got the pump off, obviously, and we got this kind of fixed. What we did is we flipped the angle iron that we had for the brackets up here, flipped it over, and it made it so that, you know, this would straddle that. There's 20 inches to the back here, but I think with it shouldn't flip off or anything. So I'm happy with that. This is about where, you know, just behind this bar. So that's pretty good. The only problem we're having now is this front bracket. I'd like to get it back further, like up to here, but the bolts aren't long enough. So, you know, it seems like we have enough room sliding wise, but the bolts aren't long enough. Sure point. I respect you guys, but could we get some longer bolts? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure bigger planters maybe have a smaller tongue for a longer run, but I mean, it's a 4-row planter. I mean, it doesn't really get much smaller. I don't know if they all have the 6.5-inch tube or what, but just sure point. Could we get, I think they're what, 9-inch bolt, 10-inch maybe. Could we just get maybe like 12? So anyways, I got to figure out that because I think the tank is like ending right here, and we don't want to come any forward because turning radius. You know, we don't want to clip it with the tractor tires. So if I just go get some more threaded rod, you know, make that a little longer, maybe. But yeah, those brackets are all set. Basically, it should be good. So now it's just a matter of plumbing and all the fun stuff. Getting this tank set. Obviously, we'll have a good 6 inches now underneath all these hydraulic hoses. SurePoint did leave us a nice little hole through there, so we'll probably run those up through there. Zip tie them in, and yeah, then we'll get this tank on. Get these side tanks set, you know, for their width, so the tank will sit in between there, and then get those tightened back down. We'll see. We might try to move the brackets over a little bit. It's not super off that I think the tanks are gonna pop out or whatever. I mean, they're not sitting in like the cradle I guess, if that's what you want to call them. But I think it's good enough. If it's not, drop it in the comments and let me know. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at on the, yeah, we can go grab some lunch, and hopefully this, when we come back, we'll get up there, get that bolted on, and then we can start plumbing things. So we'll see you here in a minute.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
So we're back trying to get this pedestal set. So we got the tank on, obviously got the old pump off. We got one bolt in the side of this pedestal here. The pedestal's not even wide enough to span the two. I don't know. Sure point needs a little. I don't know if all. I would figure bigger planters would have even bigger drawbars. So yeah, I don't know. I think Sure point needs to work on there. Just make it a little more universal. I just hate like having all the bolts and the brackets that, you know, we got with the kit that was in the pedestal kit was a couple $100 at least. I'd have to look at the invoice. I think it was like $500, but I can't use that. I got the pedestals I can use, but I had to, you know, make everything else basically for it. The bottom here, had to get the threaded rod, use the nuts and bolts that were sent, but I mean, back here the pedestal doesn't even span it, so we had to get the angle iron and bolt that to that. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, we got that one bolt in. We're a little short on the front just because we didn't get more angle iron to bolt this. We got this little nub here. This is as wide as basically these two slide slots. The bolts are as wide as they will go, basically all the way back. So that's kind of where we called it. So we can get one bolt in the front. I mean, they're heavy bolts. This isn't super thick. So we should be able to get that on there and get that secured there. We gotta drill that out. Then we're probably gonna drill another hole here so that the back mounts are double bolted. Front ones will have one. Also, the frame on this side, the rail is opposite of the other side. You know, so like this rail is curved in, the other one curved out, as you can see, down and out. Why not just make them both out? Make it easy. I have some questions for the SurePoint guys on why they went this route. I don't know if it's the bigger planters, it's easier, fits right on, but it's been like 3-4 days of customizing and re-drilling, and we had to re-drill the one hole in the back so we could slide it over more. I don't have a milling machine to make slots, so yeah, SurePoint, I just wish that was a little better. I hope the rest of the way, the rest of the stuff is good, like the computer brains, and that works good. If it's like this, I'm shot. But anyways, we got this just about all the way back. We are gonna pull it just a hair forward, just so we're not oh, it's pretty tight, but we're like just off the vacuum line there. You know, we still got room underneath to work, so that's kind of where it's gonna go. Most of the weight then will be on the planter, you know, the frame. Some will be, you know, on the tractor hitch, but that will give us a bit more weight on here, especially when it's, you know, half full. So yeah, I mean, that adds weight. We got the seed boxes, so we shouldn't have any problem with weights this spring. But now we just got to get the plumbing. That's kind of the next big thing. Obviously right now the 2x2 is underneath, so we gotta, that's the next big job. Well, after we actually get this set, because now I gotta put 3/4 inch holes in that metal, which is not, like I said before, it's not super thick, but it's thicker than I like to drill with a handheld drill. So we're gonna do what we can do. From the back, you know, it looks pretty dead center if the vacuum is dead center, so we'll probably bring that tank back in and bring that one back in, and you know, hopefully we should be good. But yeah, so far SurePoint's bracket pedestal kit, review wise, is less than ideal. It's just not big enough, and this is the smallest planter, so I don't know if this is meant for like wings. Like, are we meant to double these up on the wings of the planter so it's on like the 6x6 drawbar? But even then, it's still, I don't know, I guess I'm a little annoyed with that, but we'll make it work. We'll get it going. So next thing, we also got to take these hydraulics back out of the tongue and run them up through, at least they kind of thought of that, left us the little opening there so we can run the hydraulic lines, because they're too short to run underneath where they're supposed to run. So I don't know, this planter is getting a little interesting. But we got our lights up under here. I think you saw Hannah doing that before, so that should be nice. Shine right down. Got the camera set to shine over. So we got these three there. We didn't do the ones here just because we might slide the tank brackets over if we have room. We might as well, just so that, you know, more secure. But we'll have to see that. I think the other side had more, like like there's a bracket there for the brains of the planter. So we can probably slide this one over a little bit, but that one won't. So we'll get it fine-tuned and hopefully set. I know this 2-inch piping is definitely not the most fun to work with. I know the stuff that we're just working with on the, just getting these, we've had to cut it. So hopefully the fittings are a little better, or I guess the tubing is a little, being as it's not had fertilizer through it, a little more malleable. But yeah, this is where we're at.